Hello friends, welcome back to the new tutorial of the React. Today we are going to learn about the register and the login tutorial with the help of the ReactJs, NodeJS, MySQL using the Redux toolkit. So those who haven't subscribed my channel yet, please to subscribe my channel, and if you like the video, please to like, share and comment on my video. So let's get started. So these are the backend codes. So first we have to create the backend directory, then go to that directory, then initiate with the packet.json file, then install the express body parser MySQL codes and the bycrypt in that module. Okay, then after that you have to create the server.js file for the backend part. So this is the server.js file. So this file contains the endpoints, login and the register. So first we require the express body parser codes bycrypt MySQL. So for the express, for handling the endpoints of the API, then we have a port, then we are using the codes to so that the backend or front end can sync with that one, and front end can access the APIs from the backend side. So what we are the codes, whenever we trying to access some of the REST APIs, so front end is unable to that one. For that, in that case, we are using the code section, okay, to make it help to access the APIs of the backend. So we are using the code. So we are allowing all the region can access the APIs from that one. Okay, then we have a app.use body parser, so for the accepting the JSON body form. Okay, then this is the MySQL create connection for the connection that DB. So here we have a host, user, password and the database. Then here we are showing db.connect, whether the database connection failed or passed, it will come over here. If there is error, then database connection failed, else connected to the database. And you can see over here that database connection connecting to the MySQL is correctly connected, right? Then we have a registration endpoint where we are accepting the username and the password, and the password we are doing the bycrypt hash to bycrypt the password and save that into the database. Okay, and here we have the db.query insert into the users with the username and the password values. If something goes wrong, then database error, internal server error, else user registered successfully. Okay, then we have a login part. So we are getting the data from the username. Okay, and then we are using the bycrypt compare with the password. Whatever the password we are entering, we are going to compare with the bycrypt compare, so that the password gonna be correct or not. After the comparison, if there is error, then it should show the internal server error. Else if match, then login successful. Else it will invalid credentials, and the rest invalid credentials, the 4401. Okay, status code. Then on which port the your server is listening, this is app.listen, on which port console.log server is listening on that port. Okay, here you can see that the server is running on the port 5000, right? So this is the full-fledged code of the backend, right? And you can see that. Now move to the front end section. So here we have the front end section. So here you can see that we have the username, login, registration. When I try to log, this is login. So this account is already there. If I go, DG is over here, right? So if I do try to log in, you can see that the login successfully. If I try to log out, please log in to access the dashboard. So if I go with the login over here, you can see that login. If I do the wrong password, okay, this is the first user. If I do the something wrong password over here, what happened? Login, you can see the API invalid credentials, right? The API is not, this is not correct. If I remove one thing, then login, you can see that invalid credentials also. So I think we have used user, you have to use this password, then login. You can see welcome to, this is the username that is over here and it's showing over here, right? Let's do the registration part also. Register. So here whatever we have, then to register with this one. This is I think this is the same one, I guess. So let's add Rajni90 at the millinator.com. Okay, and here we are using the password over here and register with that account. Okay, save this, and Rajni90 is over here, and you can see that in the data also. If I reload this account is added, right? So this is the registration part, you can see that, and the user is logged in over here. Okay, let's dive into the code level, how we have made this routing and everything. So we have the source. Okay, in the source we have an app, then we have the pages. Okay, and then we have a api.js file, then app.js and index.js. Okay, app store, where we have a store. Okay, so you have to create like the store, and we are using the reducer over here. Then user slice over here, we are where we are managing the state, right? So here we have the reducers login, then logout. Initial state log is logged in is false by default. There is no logged in. Once logged in, we will make it true. Else, when the logout is there, we'll make it false and make the username to be false, empty, right? And here we have a login and logout from the user slice actions and the select user. Here we have a select user, right? Where we have the state of that all of the user of that current user. So where we can fetch their username. If another field is there, like the first name, last name, phone number, contact, we can fetch it from here. Okay, then export default user slice dot reducer. Then we have a pages, that is login register. So like so we have a register page over here. So here you can see that the react redux, react router dom. Then we have an api. So here you can see that we have an api section, then user slice login. So what will happen first? First we have to render the component over here. So this is the input with the username and the password. So once we have click on the handle register, what will happen? First, it will go with the API call. So it will call the API first and register the data into the database. Okay. Then we are dispatching the login. Then we are setting the user into their states. Okay. So here we will go over here, and we have a state. Then we have an action. Then action dot payload we are sending and set that into the username section. Okay, and this is the login section. Okay, then navigate that into the dashboard. If something goes wrong, then we are registration error console. Okay, or handle the show messages with the help of the toaster or something, you can add it over here. Okay, so this is a registration part. Let's go with the login section. So same, we have the login and the login parts in the registration as like username and the password. And here we are calling the login user API. So here we are calling the Axios post API URL login, and we are sending the user data. User data contains the username and the password. Then we are dispatching the login. Okay, once it's logged in, then dispatch the login over here, and in the login is logged in to be true, and then username to be action dot payload. Okay, so after if something goes wrong, it will go to the catch block, else it will navigate to the dashboard, that you already see that one. Okay, so this is the login part. Then this is the dashboard section, where we are getting the data from using the use selector with the select user. We know that select user we have created over here, we are all the users data coming over there, right? Then is user is logged in, then we are showing the user dot username, and if it is not, then please log into the dashboard. Okay, got it. So and next we have maintained the store.js slice.login register API section. We have already maintained that one. We are using the Axios, and here you can add multiple APIs, or you can make it like a folder API, then where you can make it user API, if another API is there, like product detail or something, you can create over here. Then we have a app.js file where we have a routing part. Okay, then we have a login register dashboard. Okay, and there is a dispatch logout button over here. Okay, if user is logged in, then we are showing that one with the logout button. Then we have a routes to redirect that register, login, and the dashboard. Okay, export. Then we have a index.js file where we have a provider store. Okay, and that should be wrapped into the app is wrapped into the provider store, where we can access anything from the store. Okay, so this is the full tutorial of the React MySQL Node.js login register. Any doubt, any query? If you want to extend that tutorial with the forgot password, change password, verify OTP, something like this, okay, so do let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day.